Hey guys, Captain Smash, Smash the Strength Lab, Ottawa, Ontario. So today's blog post is going to be the skinny on fat. So what about fat? Well, fat, first off, has had a very long history of being kind of the bastard child. It's been ignored and beat upon and causing heart disease and all this other stuff. But research is now finding that fat is not really that bad for us, as long as we're not overdoing it with lots of processed carbs and sugar. So the real key is what's your overall diet versus what's one single macronutrient doing to you. So fat is a great overall energy source. This is one of our big powerhouses. So look at fat kind of like diesel, like filling up your car or your big truck with a diesel engine. Okay, it burns long and slow. It's got long chains of carbon atoms that break off very slowly. So overall, it's a very efficient fuel source, and it's how we store up for times of scarcity. The only problem is, in today's society, well, food isn't that scarce, at least not in our society. So we have the ability to go down, go to the supermarket, pick up food. We are able to store food for long periods of time, and so we really don't have that much use for a whole lot of extra body fat. And we get into trouble in assuming that we can eat everything and anything we want without getting any extra fat. So ideally, fat is our fuel source. It's our reserve tank of fuel. So if you're overdoing it on your diet, well, you're going to get fat. And overdoing it on any one of the macronutrients can cause you to get fat, not just filling up on fat. And so this is why fat has such a bad rap right now. The scheme of things is rapidly changing, and it has been for years. There's been an overall shift from, the low-fat, high-carbs, moderate protein-based diets, which can work, but most oftentimes we have so much processed carbohydrates in there that it just kind of overloads our system anyway. So having a good amount of fat in the diet helps us not only build up strong cellular membranes and increases our joint viscosity and things like that, but fat is a good cushion for our joints and tissues. So we want a good level of fat. We need a certain level of body fat in order to survive. But what level we have and what is aesthetically pleasing is sometimes not exactly what people want. So just look at fat as it's a reserve fuel source in times of scarcity. So when there's not a lot of scarcity, well, you don't need a lot of extra fat. So now, in subsequent blog posts, we're going to talk a little bit more about the types of fat and how you utilize them, but the basic end of the story is fat is just a very slow burning fuel. It's very efficient. If you're eating a lot of it, it's not necessarily a bad thing as long as you're not overdoing. So along with the rest of your other macronutrient profiles, your carbs and your proteins and fats included. So also we'll throw in alcohol in there too. So stay tuned for more about fat. We'll talk a little bit more about keto diets and some of the other fallacies about fat out there, and we'll check you out later. All right, if you like this video, give it a like, and if somebody else might use it, give it a share, and stay tuned for more good posts on Smash the Strength Lab. Talk to you soon.